Hi guys, this is Som again on OD.Podcast on another episode, and as I have promised you that we are going to bring someone very special on the show, I do not think you need any introduction. As always, none other than Mr. Prakash Das. Sir, thank you so much for joining us on OD.Podcast. So first thing, I want to know that you have two names, if I can say. Lokman and Dakandi, Pranam Prakash Das, Pranam Bhai Dakandi, and Bobby Da is also very famous. So I want to know how that name came into the picture.
In Odisha, ଲୋକମାନେ nickname ବେଶୀ ଜାଣନ୍ତି. ଯେମିତି Naveen Patnaik became Biju Patnaik. So they are familiar name. So Bobby is more commonly talked about. So Bobby Bhai is more commonly known.
So Bobby Da, mate kuhନ୍ତୁ ki election is just polling is just 2 days away. Okay, now it is the peak time. So how do you feel?
Election is a complete engineering. So it is every hour, every minute, it is, we are on toes. So you cannot little bit slack on that way. So every minute to minute we are working, and every minute to minute we are monitoring. We are focused, and by God's grace we are doing very well.
So if I can ask that, what are your top 3 priorities for this election? Because I have gone through the BJD Manifesto that recently released. And I think it has covered everything from rural to urban to youth to women entrepreneur, which no other party had covered. So what are your top 3 priorities? Because you are standing from a location which is the powerhouse of, we can say, Western Odisha, Sambalpur. So what are your top 3 priorities for this election?
You have seen our manifesto. Honorable CM has very specifically pointed one thing: empowerment to youth, empowerment to women, and empowerment to the entire sector which is being deprived of. आपण देखते हैं पूरा system रे, it is working on that. So our entire focus is in how the youths will come into the front. So for that sake, the budget you have seen how we have kept for them, and the entire electricity, you must be seen. Why the electricity? Because like BSK card, people are not worried about how to get into the hospitals, which is premium hospitals, to make them little bit comfortable that yes, that card is there, I can walk into anywhere. So that is the empowerment. So that's why Naveen Patnaik is taking the entire basic needs of Odia people, which he always says that 4.5 crore Odia people is my family. As the head of the family, he always ensures the security of the family so that family can grow better in economy, so that it can pull the state to a different level in the country. So entire manifesto, you must be seen, ensuring the guarantee of the basic needs and the growth.
So you mentioned about the manifesto, it is about the guarantee. This political season, we are seeing every political party is talking about the guarantee. So now there we are seeing Naveen Patnaik guarantee, where we have promised 24 promises. And I think that has covered everything. So how are you going to work on all the 24 जो manifesto हमें कही ताकू नहीं की? And after that, I would like to ask you about the बिजली thing that you said कि बिजुली कथा हमें कहते बिजुली कथा सब लोगों पाखे पहुंच सारान कि 100 यूनिट फ्री 50 यूनिट आम 150 यूनिट यूज कले हमको सब्सिडी मिल केमिति सेटा को इम्प्लीमेंट करा हम?
Successive government of Naveen Patnaik, whatever he has promised, he has delivered. We don't have to say it's a guarantee, it is assurance. Like they say, Ayushman Bharat insurance. Naveen Patnaik resembles with assurance. He gives the assurance, not that insurance. So, anything which is being promised by Naveen Patnaik, it is always delivered. Out of that also delivered. BSK card was not in the manifesto. After Corona, he felt it and he designed it, and it is going to be a revolution for the entire country. So he is always a pathfinder to everybody, how to empower and give that security to the people of the state. That is his entire agenda, and he works 24/7 for that. So it is not guarantee everybody is talking about today because they failed to deliver before. For that, so they are using that guarantee. 5 times he has been elected, and 6 times is all set to, he is going to on 9th to take the oath. So it is more about assured. It is Naveen salesman is done. You ask any layman, he will say yes, Naveen salesman is being done. So it is guarantee for them to, because they have vouched for it. When Naveen Patnaik says it's guaranteed, it is assured. So I give an example that Ayushman Bharat is an insurance. BSK card is assurance. So every word of Naveen Patnaik is assured. So that's why. And you are talking about electricity. You talk about any scheme he has announced, 100% is being grounded. 100% is being grounded. Many of the schemes, the central government has adopted it, like Mamta, like Chalia. You see. So electricity is also, we have designed it, we have calculated it well, and Mr. Naveen Patnaik, Honorable CM has had that complete household survey, how it is going to be implemented. So when he says means, people of Odisha knows it is done.
True. I have seen that in many rural and urban areas as well. The BSKY card you mentioned, I think that is one of the most revolutionary thing that has happened in the recent times in any government across the country. I want to know, Abhida, ki jemti apna BSKY card katha kaile, you talked about the Naveen Patnaik assurance katha kaile. Now when it comes to the infrastructure such as roads, bridges, what are the government's plan for that? Because in Manifesto, correct me if I am wrong, I have gone through the Manifesto, but I haven't seen too much emphasis on infrastructure roads. And so what are the plans for that, especially at the places?
I will start with one example. You go to Biju Expressway and you see the NS from Sambalpur to Chaudhar. You can understand what infrastructure Naveen Patnaik has done. You must have seen last successive government has emphasized on infrastructure, and that's a continuous process. It will be continuing. People understood Naveen Patnaik means infrastructure has to come, because you must be knowing, American builds, they build road, and the roads built America. So infrastructure is definitely the agenda, which is a continuous process. It is happening and it will be happening. Our manifesto is focused on how the growth has to come, empowering the segments like youth, like women, like laborers, like other sectors of the society. So this manifesto is more about that, how to create jobs, that kind of things that has manifested, because the manifesto has reflected, because people know Naveen is there. You go to any part of the rural part or the urban part, you see our infrastructure. You see the hospitals, you see the high schools, you see the colleges. You can well understand that how infrastructure has evolved. It's a revolutionary process. We say it's a transformation. The word transformation has come to that. People have understood it. And we don't want to talk about or reflect in our manifesto, then we are going to do it. We are doing it in the process. We are emphasizing the people that what is the plan of Naveen Patnaik. Kemiti Odisha number one hobo. The entire population jettabele grow karibo, Odisha number one. So entire manifesto amar reflect achi individual growth of students, youths, women, labor, some on the middle class. This time we have addressed the middle class like anything. 5T chairman, you must be seen, Mr. Pandian Babu. Our entire effort to ease of the middle class, the biggest contributors. So we are this time, we are doing the entire other people segment. Now our focus is on middle class, and we are going to do big thing. BSK, they are going to be enumerated in BSK card. That is the entire agenda, how to empower the middle class this time.
On that, I would like to ask, you talked about the middle class thing. In any government, usually middle class man ka chinta hai ki government either work for the people who are rich or they work for the people who are poor, because those are the voting banks and that's how the politics work. But first time we are seeing in Odisha that there is a government which is giving assurance to the middle class that yes, we are a government here, we are working for the poor, and now we are working for you as well. So when you took that decision कि हमें BSKY को expand करिवा, upon the decision ने लेके हमें visual scheme को introduce करिवा, you took a decision about the scholarships, about the home loans also you introduced. So what was going through your mind when you discussed so many things in the manifesto?
There is a thin layer. Why BSK card going to be infused to them? We are going to facilitate them. Any terminal diseases come to any middle class family, they are going to be ruined. Because it takes a lot of savings of them. So that's why this has come. So every segment, they take a lot of effort to come to the middle class and to be the lower middle class or middle class. 2-3 areas where they take the hit, like educating their children and this health. Rest they take care of. So that's why, and the home. the home loans, because everybody wants a home which is being little bit ease off, but it's not got deep to their pocket. So that's why these are the schemes Naveen Babu has designed to give them, because they are the bridge of the entire state to make them grow to a next level. So we have to stabilize the middle class so they don't have to look up to their basic needs, so that they can add more jobs, they can add more wealth to the system, so that state can grow. So the basic amenities, जैसे रोटी कपड़ा और मकान, रोटी उनको तो चाहिए नहीं, कपड़ा तो उनको चाहिए नहीं, it is home loan is for that. And now the health is a big issue, so BSK work out for them, so that they will be also empowered. Yes, their card is there, I don't want to think too much about that insurance or the cutting my budget for my family, that has to be taken care of. So the entire fulcrum is middle class. So now we have done the continuously doing for the downtrodden and the those who are being deprived society. Now we are trying to hold the backbone of the society that is called middle class. And we are trying, a lot of things will come up where the middle class will be empowered more. So they are the real contributors to the society, and we want to protect them.
I was reading the Niti Aayog report जो लिखा है कि in last 10 years गोटे गोटे अधिक लोक माने from the section of poor class रू बाहर को आसी चंती. So I think it is going to be better and better in the coming days, because अपना middle class section को भी सेतरे नहीं असले. And now coming to the Honorable CM. When you speak about Honorable CM Naveen Babu, that glow in your face, it speaks a lot of things. ମୁଁ ଜାଣିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି କି any political party ଯେତେ ଜଣେ supremo ଥାନ୍ତି, everyone wants to get closer to him. And you are in the party more than a decade, and you are one of the closest people of Honorable CM Naveen Patnaik. How was he as a person? And I want to know कि आपनको तांका सହିତ केमिति ଗୋଟେ relationship ଅଛି, and ଏମିତି କିଛି କଥା ଯାହା ତାଙ୍କ ବିଷୟରେ ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି ଅଧିକାଂଶ ଲୋକ ଜାଣି ନଥିବେ, which you can share.
If you can ask me honestly, he is the person to be reckoned with in every walk of his life. His lifestyle, how to live, how to talk, how to behave, how to deliver. And the most important thing in the entire his lifestyle, in such a powerful position for a prolonged time, how can we be so calm, and how is so humble, and humility thy name. So these are all a saintly attitude. I say always a political saint, and I say Pandit Babu is the disciple of Naveen Babu. So when you are working for a leader which is your idol, and who is embodied, God has given so much of quality with them, and he is every human life has to learn a consistency. Nobody can be so consistent as he is. He is a super achiever. He is a super successful man. Still, his lifestyle, his talk, his behavior, constant. So, in a top position like him, if you can achieve that, I think it is unimaginable. So, God has given a chance to work with him. Automatically, joy will prevail upon you. And second, every work he assigns to us is pro people, nothing personal. So, what you want in public service? So his agenda is, people have given power, return them with interest. That is the only funda. And you asked a very pertinent question, how close? He is close to people of Odisha. Anybody who works for people of Odisha, he gives importance. Simple. Anybody who brings a smile, little bit smile to people of Odisha, he smiles at him. Simple. Anybody who gives little bit pain or little bit something, he simply says to people, no, thank you. My doors are not open for you people. That's why the trust he has built in people of Odisha is immense. And I think it will never happen in near future. At least in my lifetime.
So you talked about his humility. I want to know that this is a party of 26 years old. Biju Janata Dal. केबे आपको फील हुए नहीं कि तंका ह्यूमिलिटी एंड तंका जति से सिंपल जन पर्सन पॉलिटिक्स रे वी डोंट सी दैट मच एंड सेमिति रही कि 26 years रहिबा केबे केबे आपन लागे केते विरोधी माने कि एनीवन who attacks as a political party, be it a political statement or anything, do you think that sometimes he should respond upon like as an individual capacity nahi respond kare?
He always pays let my words speak. He always says that. And I must tell you, gote bado katha man nuktantu. Mu kochi je political ism bitare Navinism gote sornakhar lekha je how to win people by work. Not by only talking. He always speaks and says everybody, I think, by kotha kom ko kamo ko loko kamo ko buझिबे au kamo ette बढ़िया ki बुझिचंती लोक 5 टर्म्स हैला 6 टर्म हो जाउचंती जिते तानारे आपण अधिक खराब कइबे लोक सेति के अधिक भोट देबे. And people have read his heart, and that's the thing, because he speaks from his heart through his work. And Navinism, जे मु का विरुद्ध रे कोई भी नहीं, मु कहा को पर्सनली अटैक करी भी नहीं, मु पर्सनल वेंडेटा करी भी नहीं, मु केवल लोक मते क्षमता देछन लोकों काम करिया पई. Every hour, every minute I will spend for people. जेति की मते क्षमता देछन से क्षमता लोकंकर भलो पई लागिवो. I think ए इज्मटा भारत वर्ष शिखिबा दरकार. लोक किछि समय पे नेगेटिवटा भल पाती तापर दे हेट इट. किछि समय पे हाँ कौन कहूँ कौन कारण लोक को 17 मिनट जना पड़े एंड दे डिनाउंस इमीडिएटली.
True, and I think that is one of the reasons that people are closer to him even if they stay far away from
entire 2019 election he fought in 2 words. आपण माने खुशी तो.
True.
ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ଯଦି ଜଣେ PhD କରିବ 2ଟା ୱାର୍ଡରେ ଗୋଟେ 3/4 ମେଜରିଟି ଗୋଟେ ନେଇପାରୁଛି. ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଦ ପାୱାର ଅଫ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ପର୍ସନ୍ସ ପର୍ସନାଲିଟି ଯେ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଅଛି. ଲୋକ ଗୋଟିଏ ୱାର୍ଡ 2ଟା ୱାର୍ଡ ଆପଣମାନେ ଖୁସି ତ 2019 ମସିହାରେ 3/5 ମେଜରିଟି ନେଇଥିଲେ. ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଦ କନେକ୍ଟିଭିଟି ହି ହାଜ୍ ଥ୍ରୁ work and service, nothing else.
And the sentence into that recently in Raurkela जोड़ से कहले कि नवीन पटनायक भलो की and people cheered from him. Yes, भलो.
सबुठ से कहते कहीं से कहते से क्या केवे खराब कहते नहीं. जो भाया भाषा विरोधी मैंने कहते से खाली लोक पचार जे एश्योरेंस पचार नवीन पटनायक भल कि से आउ का सर्टिफिकेट दरकार नहीं बिकज ही मीन्स पीपल नथिंग एल्स. क्षमता इज नथिंग. जब से क्षमता था ये लाइफस्टाइल से रही न था सी केवल सर्विस से आउ कि लोक होते स्टानली रिएक्ट करता जो भाई भाषा कह जाऊे भारत वर्ष सब नेता केमी मड स्लेडिंग चलुं देखु माने मु कहीं कोचिनिजम सी किसी करेनि कारण जिते लोक खराब कथी कहती विरोधी मैंने लोक जिता दैट इज हिज मैंडेट जोटा कि से आंसर करते सी एथर अनुभव पचार लोक को पचार बिकज लोक तैयारी कर लोक से पचार नवीन पटनायक भल व्हेन पीपल गिव सर्टिफिकेट ताकर का दरकार आकाश.
True. Madhukanta Bhavida, we talked about Honorable CM, we talked about the schemes and BJD Manifesto and 24 promises. Now coming to you. ଆପଣ ଯାଜପୁରରେ ଥିଲେ ବିରଜା କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରୁ ବାହାରିକି now you are into the ସମ୍ବଲପୁର ଆପଣ କୋଷ୍ଟାଲରୁ ବାହାରିକି ୱେଷ୍ଟର୍ଣ୍ଣରେ ଗଲେ ମା ସମଲେଇଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଏବେ ଆପଣ ଅଛନ୍ତି. Why that transition you felt that was needed?
Not transition. It is I am a party man. ମୋତେ ଯାହା ତିଆରି କରିଛି ପାର୍ଟି ତିଆରି କରିଛି. ମୁଁ ଅଶୋକ ଦାସଙ୍କର ପୁଅ ମୋର ଫାଷ୍ଟ ଆଇଡେଣ୍ଟିଟି. ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଆଇଡେଣ୍ଟିଟି ହେଲା ତାଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ମୋତେ ପଲିଟିକାଲ ଓପନ୍ ମିଳିଲା ଆଉ ମାନ୍ୟବର ମୁଖ୍ୟମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ବିଜେଡ଼ିରେ ଏତେ ବାଟ ଆଣିଛନ୍ତି. ମାନ୍ୟବର ମୁଖ୍ୟମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ମୋତେ ଯାଜପୁରରେ ତିଆରି କରିଥିଲେ. ସେ ଚାହିଁଲେ ସମ୍ବଲପୁର ଯିବା ପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ସମ୍ବଲପୁର ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ପାର୍ଟି ଡିସିସନ୍ ନବୀନ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକ ଡିସିସନ୍. ପାର୍ଟି ଯୋଉଠି ଚାହିଁବ ମୁଁ ଯେହେତୁ ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜ ସେକ୍ରେଟାରୀ ମୋତେ ଯୋଉଠି କହିବ ମୁଁ ଲଢ଼ିବି. ଆଣ୍ଡ ସମ୍ବଲପୁରକୁ ମାନ୍ୟବର ମୁଖ୍ୟମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଚାହିଁଲେ ମୁଁ ଲଢ଼ିଲି. ଆଣ୍ଡ ସମ୍ବଲପୁର କାହିଁକି ମୋତେ ଭଲ ଲାଗେ ମୋ ବାବା ସେଠି ପାଠ ପଢ଼ିଥିଲେ. ମୁଁ ସମ୍ବଲପୁର ମୋତେ ମୋର ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ହୋମ୍ ଭଳିଆ ଲାଗେ ଏବଂ ଲୋକ ମୋତେ ଏତେ ଭଲ ପାଆନ୍ତି କାରଣ ବାବାଙ୍କ ସାଥୀମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ବିଜେଡ଼ି ୱାର୍କରମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି. ଆଇ ଫିଲ୍ ମାଇ ହୋମ୍. ସୋ ମୋତେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସାର୍ କହିଲେ ମୁଁ କହିଲି ମାନେ ଇମିଡ଼ିଏଟଲି ଗଲି ଲଢ଼ିବା ପାଇଁ. ସୋ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ନଟ୍ ଆବାଉଟ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଟ୍ରାଞ୍ଜିସନ୍. ଏଇଟା ପାର୍ଟି ଡିସିସନ୍.
अच्छा संबलपुर कथा जेंती आपन कहले कि आपन का काइंड ऑफ इट इज सेकंड होम नाउ इट इज नॉट अ पॉलिटिकल क्वेश्चन बट आई रियली वांट टू नो कि बॉबी को संबलपुर रे कोन भल लागे काने बहुत सारा को संबलपुर म्यूजिक संबलपुर साड़ी संबलपुर ड्रेस संबलपुर खाइया भल लागे आपन को संबलपुर
मु तीनटा कथा संबलपुर बहुत भल लागे फर्स्ट द स्वीटेस्ट लैंग्वेज द लैंग्वेज वेरी स्वीट एंड पीपल आर वेरी स्ट्रेट जोड़ा भल मुहरे कहबे जोड़ा खराब मुहरे कहबे जमा डिप्लोमेसी कथा हेबेनी द वेरी ब्यूटी ऑफ पार्ट ऑफ दैट एंड थर्ड द लैंडस्केप very beautiful landscape. Nature is so good there. So ये three things attracts me very well.
अच्छा संबलपुर म्यूजिक कथा मते कहली केबे इनती सिचुएशन आछे आपन लाइफ रे कि संबलपुर म्यूजिक चली चेन बाबू वुड लाइक टू ट्राई सम स्टेप्स ऑन संबलपुर म्यूजिक
आखि फिटिला कान उठला रे रंगवती जदी ओडिया सुनी नहीं ताले कोन से जान ओडिया माने ओडिया सहित रंगवती इट इज क्यू म्यूजिक फर्स्ट आसिले अपन एनी फोकलोर आसो कि सेकेंड गीत कि फास्ट गीत आप कहे इट इज रंगवती कान शुणिला तो फास्ट रंगवती शुणी तो म्यूजिक एंड कला संस्कृतिर जगह सेटा आ म्यूजिक तो माने कण भर्ती आउ एनी म्यूजिक एंड आई लव इट
मतलब तो कहते कि in many political leaders I have seen in their college life, either they were rowdy or rebel nature type. How are you in your college life?
No. मो बाबा जमती थिले तो आमको बहुत डिसिप्लिन करके पढ़ी रही आमर सेमती किसी नहीं आपन देखिपारे मोर आम वेरी वी आर ऑल डिसिप्लिन पीपल बट आम टे माने कॉलेज बेले बदमाशी थाऊ से क्वाइट नेचुरल बट एमती किसी बदमाशी
अच्छा जब पॉलिटिक्स कथा कभी वेर इन स्टूडेंट पॉलिटिक्स आप थे केबे स्टूडेंट पॉलिटिक्स नथले
सडन डिवाइस ऑफ फादर ब्रॉट मी टू पॉलिटिक्स नवीन बाबू मते पॉलिटिक्स वेंट
ताले जब पॉलिटिकल कैरियर कथा मु आपन कहबे वन थिंग दैट यू हैव लर्न फ्रॉम योर पॉलिटिकल कैरियर जोटा कि आपन लाइक कि सब लाइफ रो एस्पेक्ट सेटा शूट करे देन व्हाट इज दैट वन थिंग
बाबा सब कहते बॉबी पब्लिक लाइफ रे तो पब्लिक पाख जीवु तांको भल पाइबा देखिबु तते तू केते छोट निजुक तू जापर तांका सामने कारण तांको भल पाइबा तू किसी रिपे कर पार सी तो कहते बुझी पार ना डायरेक्ट आसिले नवीन बाबू से कथा कहते तांको भल पाइबा तांकर जो भाया कमिटमेंट तुम पाखे थाए एक्चुअली आपण माने फील करेंगे जे आपण ब्लेस्ड माने पॉलिटिक्स अच्छा गोटे वर्करटे आज्ञा मुझे बस मो वर्करटा काम कर 18 घंटा काम कर कौन करें किसी खाली आप देखिले डर माड़ इतने भल पाइबा कौन सो आई हैव लर्नड वन थिंग ओनली टू थैंक लॉर्ड दैट आई एम ब्लेस्ड नथिंग एल्स आउ तांको भल पाइबा सामने आपन जहाँ भी करती इट इज जस्ट जमी गोटे 0.1% किसी नुह सो इन पॉलिटिक्स यू शुड गिव योर टोटल लाइफ जदि आप पॉलिटिक्स आछन्ते जेते पारिबे आपन क्षमता तांको दे दियंतु ओनली थिंग आउ पॉलिटिक्स गोटे चिंता ह्यूमिलिटी बी हम्बल तांको सामने किसी ना मैंने आप एत छोट लगे सामने आप चिंता
मतलब बबीदा कहते कि 2024 general election, I think that is my personal opinion. It is getting fought on two grounds. One is on ground and another is on digital ground. There are a lot of digital traction we are seeing कि अलग party मने लोक मानक पहुंचंदी through influencers or different people कथा कहउचंदी कोन तंग party रो motto and everything. Now you as a young leader, I want to know how social media friendly you are.
It is not friendly. You have to be in social media because now that is the biggest platform where people read you, judge you. So it is not friendly. You have to be in social media. If you are in public life, you have to be in social media. Most important thing is that I always say that any platform or any media, wherever, you should be truthful. You should be as transparent you are. I always try to be that. So social media to apan ajika date re gote every from farmer to labor to student to everybody they spend in social media time, lot of time there because they want to know everything. To whom they vote, to whom they want to vote, and they want to learn everything. So social media is the biggest platform. So you have to be in the social media.
Do you get free time to scroll through? Because I have interviewed many.
No, you don't have to have free time. You have to create time for that because you have to know the world, what people think about you, the opponent one talks about you, what people talk about you. So you have to be in that. You have to be in that.
So does that affect you sometimes when you see, okay, these people is saying something, that people are saying something? Does that affect you sometimes?
No. In politics, if it affects, then you are not a leader. You must take critics as your friend. There must be something somebody is telling. If it is, you are the best judge. Something is deliberately try to bog you down. No, nothing can bog me down. So my goal is fixed. My aim is fixed. BJD, Naveen. In my personal front, my conduct, even some commit, I must be very alert. If it is coming as you have to be very alert to accept it. You should be open. Your critics are your best friend. But when critics are being paid critics, you should be very comfortable. It's all right. And just pass it on. It happens. In politics, but Jottamala, Fulomala is almost you have to treat as equal because you are the best judge of yourself. Mirror samne thele ଆପଣ ଯଦି ଭାବୁଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଠିକ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି, that is right. ଲୋକଙ୍କର ଭୋଟ୍, ଲୋକଙ୍କର ମ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡେଟ୍ଟା ଆପଣ ଜଣେଇବ ଆପଣ ଠିକ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି, ଭୁଲ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ୟୋର କନସାଇନ୍ସ. କ୍ରିଟିକ୍ସ କିଛି କନଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଟିଭ ରହିବେ, କିଛି ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଟିଭ ରହିବେ. କନଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଟିଭ ୟୁ ସୁଡ୍ ବି ଓପନ୍ ଟୁ ଇଟ୍, ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଟିଭ ୟୁ ସୁଡ୍ ଇଗ୍ନୋର ଇଟ୍. ସୋ ଆଫେକ୍ଟ ହେଲେ ତ ୟୁ ଆର୍ ନଟ୍ ଏ ଲିଡର.
But I saw some of your social media posts and ଗୋଟେ post ମୁଁ ଦେଖିଲି ବହୁତ viral ଯାଇଛି and ବହୁତ ସାରା ଲୋକ share କରିଛନ୍ତି where you are playing cricket and you are hitting sixes. I want to know, do you generally and genuinely play cricket, or that is just a public connection thing? You go out and play with your worker or maybe your fans or something, or do you really love cricket?
How can out of that? And ମୁଁ genuinely cricket ଖେଳେ. I love to play cricket and ମୁଁ opening batting କରେ. ଯେତେବେଳେ ସମୟ ପାଏ ଆମେ କ୍ରିକେଟ ଖେଳୁ, ଆମର ସବୁବେଳେ ଥାଏ. And that brought me OCA president. And ମାନେ ସେମିତି ନାହିଁ, ଛୋଟ ମୋତେ ସ୍କୋପ୍ ମିଳେ ଖେଳିବା ପାଇଁ ଖେଳେ. ପବ୍ଲିକ୍ ଲାଇଫ୍ ଆସିଲା ସମୟ ମିଳୁନି.
True. When we speak about the sport, we have seen how Odisha has transformed, and that is only because of sports. Like I said previously in a video, that sports means Naveen Patnaik and Naveen Patnaik means sports, and that is how we have seen how Raurkela was developed in the recent times.
Every district headquarter you can see.
Exactly. Some mini stadiums and athletic stadium so. Now when we speak about cricket, especially you, obviously you are standing from Sambalpur. Sambalpur is a cricket stadium bana hoche. So what's your plan for that Sambalpur cricket stadium ko neki cricket culture ko neki, how you are planning?
Yes, ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ବଢ଼ିଆ ଏକାଡେମୀ ତିଆରି କରିବାକୁ ଯାଉଛୁ, ଷ୍ଟାଡିୟମ୍ ତିଆରି କରିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛୁ. ରେଙ୍ଗାଲି ପାର୍ଟରେ ଗୋଟେ ବଢ଼ିଆ ଆମେ କରିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛୁ, ଗୋଟେ ସ୍ମଲ୍ ଏକାଡେମୀ. ବହୁତ very promising youths are there. ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍ କରୁଥିଲି ଦେଖୁଥିଲି, good players are there. ଆମେ ତାକୁ ପ୍ରମୋଟ୍ କରିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛୁ. Not only that, ସେଠି ଆହୁରି ଯେଉଁ other sports, football and other things are there. We are trying to promote it and already package in the place. So माननीय मुख्यमंत्री पूरा completely youth ଯୋଉଠି aspirational ଅଛି sports ପାଇଁ, he is creating the infrastructure where they can come and they can try their luck and ଆମେ ତାକୁ infrastructure and facilities ଦେଉଛୁ ଯୋଉଠି ତାଙ୍କର talent grow କରିବା ପାଇଁ. So entire focus is that.
I'm from the outside of politics. ଯେତେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଖେ free time ଥାଏ, ମୁଁ କହିଲି କି what do you do in that free time? ଆପଣ ସାଙ୍ଗମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ କଥା ହୁଅନ୍ତି, ୱାର୍କରମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ କଥା ହୁଅନ୍ତି, or you watch movies, Netflix ଦେଖନ୍ତି, Amazon Prime ଦେଖନ୍ତି? What do you do in that free time?
ଆଜିକାଲି ତ ଟାଇମ୍ ମିଳୁନି. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଟାଇମ୍ ମିଳିଲେ friends and family, whatever quality time I get, I used to spend in family and friends. ସେତେବେଳେ family friendsରେ ଗୋଟେ picture ଦେଖିଲୁ, କ'ଣ କଲୁ, but hardly you get time in nowadays. But ଯେତେବେଳେ ପାଉଛୁ, I thank to friends and my family, they accommodate us. And ସେମାନେ readily available ଥାନ୍ତି ଆମ free timeରେ ଆମ ସହିତ adjust ହେବା ପାଇଁ. I'm blessed to have a good family and good friends.
ମୋତେ କୁହନ୍ତି ବବିତା, I'm more interested in your personal life right now because you talked about friends. I have seen that ଯେତେ ଗୋଟେ ବଡ଼ responsibility ଆସିছে, people usually don't get time to spend time with friends. ତ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗମାନଙ୍କ କଥା ଯଦି କହିବି, your friends are from your college friends या ଆପଣଙ୍କ ସ୍କୁଲ friends, ସେମାନେ ଏବେ ବି ସାଙ୍ଗ ଅଛନ୍ତି ନା ପଲିଟିକ୍ସକୁ ଆସିଲା ପରେ ଆପଣ କିଛି ନୂଆ ସାଙ୍ଗ ବନେଇଛନ୍ତି?
No, the political friends are political friends. School and childhood friends and college friends are there. I think that they're real friends. Political friends to रहे, colleagues रहे, but political colleagues से भी बहुत good friends are there. They help me a lot. I mean, they without their contribution without आसपास न थांते. जहाँ भी मते पार्टी असाइन करे, मु तांको जहाँ भी डेलीगेट करे, ସେମାନେ ମୋତେ ଏତେ ସପୋର୍ଟ କରନ୍ତି, ମୁଁ ଇଣ୍ଡେପ୍ଟେଡ୍ ଟୁ ଦେମ୍। ସେମାନେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ ବି ପଚାରନ୍ତିନି, ଯାହା ବି ମୁଁ କାମ ଡେଲିକେଟ୍ କରିଥାନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ଭାବନ୍ତି ଯେ ଏଇଟା ବବି କାମ ନୁହେଁ, ମୋ କାମ। ଅଲ୍ ଦି ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡସ୍ କଲିଗ୍ସ ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ଇଣ୍ଡେପ୍ଟେଡ୍ ଟୁ ଦେମ୍।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ବାବି, ଆମେ ସମ୍ବଲପୁର ବିଷୟରେ ଯେହେତୁ କଥା ହେଉଛନ୍ତି, ମୋତେ କୁହନ୍ତି ସମ୍ବଲପୁର କଲଚର ଆପଣ ଅଲରେଡ଼ି ଜାଣିସାରିଛନ୍ତି, ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ୍ ୟୋର୍ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ହୋମ୍। ସମ୍ବଲପୁର ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିଟ୍ ଫୁଡ୍ ବିଷୟକୁ ଯଦି ଆମେ ଆସିବା, କେତେ ପସନ୍ଦ ଲାଗେ ଆଉ କ'ଣ ପସନ୍ଦ ଲାଗେ?
ସୋସାଇଟି ଆଣ୍ଡ ଚାଉଳ ବରା ବହୁତ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଆମର ଏଇ ସେଗମେଣ୍ଟଟା ଗୋଟେ ଥାଏ ପ୍ରତି ପଡକାଷ୍ଟ ଏଣ୍ଡରେ, ୱି ଗିଭ୍ ଦ ଅପସନ୍ ଟୁ ଦ ଗେଷ୍ଟ କି ଦିସ୍ ଅର୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍, ଏଇଟା କିମ୍ବା ସେଇଟା ବାଛିବା ପାଇଁ। ତ ଯଦି ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଅପସନ୍ ଦେବି କି ନାଇଟ୍ କ୍ୟାମ୍ପେନ୍ ଅର୍ ଡେ କ୍ୟାମ୍ପେନ୍, କୋଉଟା ବାଛିବେ?
ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଅଲୱେଜ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ କ୍ୟାମ୍ପେନ୍ ଦ ବେଷ୍ଟ।
କାହିଁକିନା ଖରା ବହୁତ ହେଉଛି
ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା, ମୋତେ କୁହନ୍ତି କି ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଆଜ୍ ଏ ଟୁରିଷ୍ଟ ଡେଷ୍ଟିନେସନ୍ ଅର୍ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଆଜ୍ ଏ IT and tech destination?
Odisha tourism is always there. Now we are converting into IT and IT hub, and I think both we are going to work on that.
And one last question I want to know, कि जो आंसर टा अपन देले सरस्वतीया किंबा चावल परा, आपण सिधी गोटे बाछिया उपायजी
Society.
Yeah, thank you so much Bhavita, I'm so connected here. One last message I want to know from you to the voters who are going to vote in the third and fourth phase of the polling. What would that message be?
ମୁଁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଭାଇ କହିବି, ସମ୍ବଲପୁର ଏବଂ ଓଡ଼ିଶାକୁ ଓଡ଼ିଶାର ନମ୍ବର 1 କରିବା ପାଇଁ ମାନନୀୟ ମୁଖ୍ୟମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଯେଉଁ ପଦକ୍ଷେପ ନେଇଛନ୍ତି, ସେଠି ସମସ୍ତ 7 ବିଧାୟକ ଏବଂ ପାର୍ଲାମେଣ୍ଟରେ ଜିତେଇଲେ ଯେଉଁ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟର ଯେଉଁ ଗତିଧାରା ଅଛି ତା ବହୁଗୁଣିତ ହେବ। ଏବଂ ମାଷ୍ଟର ପ୍ଲାନ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି ସମ୍ବଲପୁର, ରେଙ୍ଗାଲି, ହୀରାକୁଦ ଆଉ ବୁର୍ଲାକୁ ନେଇକି ତାର ଗୋଟେ ବିରାଟ ରୂପରେଖ ହେବାକୁ ଯାଉଛି। ଏବଂ ଓଭରଅଲ୍ ସମ୍ବଲପୁର ପାର୍ଲାମେଣ୍ଟ କନସିୟସ୍ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ପାଇଁ ମାନନୀୟ ମୁଖ୍ୟମନ୍ତ୍ରୀଙ୍କର ଗ୍ୟାରେଣ୍ଟି ଯେ ତାକୁ 1 ନମ୍ବର ପାର୍ଲାମେଣ୍ଟ କନସିୟସ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ବଢ଼ି ଚଢ଼ିକି ମାନନୀୟ ମୁଖ୍ୟମନ୍ତ୍ରୀଙ୍କୁ ଡବଲ ସଂଖ୍ୟାରେ ଜିତା।
Thank you so much Bhavita, I'm so connected here. One last thing I want to know, did you enjoy the interview entirely?
Absolutely.
So can you say a few words about the OD podcast thing?
I think it's an amazing experience, and this is the medium where we are being known to the people, and people, they want to know from us. This is the best medium, and I thank these young boys are doing it. And personally, your questions are very sharp and straight, and I hope I have answered it well. But all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.